Hello YouTube, this is Cobra22 here. Welcome back to another single ship discussion for Star Wars X-Wing miniatures. In this series we take a look at single ship builds and discuss their competitive viability in the Star Wars X-Wing miniatures game. Today we're looking back to the Imperial fleet and we're looking at a rather interesting pilot here. First of all, let's take a look at the ship. It is the Sinar Fleet Systems TIE Interceptor. This was the spiritual successor to the TIE Advanced. It incorporates a lot of its features, including the curved solar panel wings. It also incorporates a little bit of the X-Wing in the sense that it has 4 laser cannons on the tips of its wings there. It is incredibly fast, incredibly agile. It's probably the fastest and most agile ship in the Imperial fleet. But like with the standard TIE models, it has no shields and lacks a hyperdrive and life support. So TIE Interceptor pilots must, TIE pilots must dock with a capital ship or a frigate before they can enter hyperspace, or at least with a carrier ship like the Imperial Assault Carrier, goes anti-cruiser or whatever. And surprisingly, I found this out, the TIE Interceptor, while it's the fastest ship in the Imperial Navy, is actually slower than the A-Wing. The A-Wing tops it by, I believe, 50, is it 50 mph or 50 mplT? Either way, it's 50 more, it's 50 points faster, let's just say, than the TIE Interceptor. So this thing is a close second, but the A-Wing even tops this in speed. So what else is there? Oh yeah, in order to fly a TIE Interceptor, you need to, I believe, be, I think you have to be a very decorated TIE Fighter pilot. The very first TIE Fighter pilot to fly one of these was Baron Sunterfell himself when he revived the 181st back from its down the pit, brought back to glory, and was allowed the privilege to fly one of these TIE Interceptors. He's also able to fly, He's also allowed to test fly other ships like the TIE Punisher and the TIE Phantom and all that stuff, and the TIE Defender, but we're not talking about him today. Today we're talking about another member of his squadron, the Saber Squadron, or the 181st, and that is Tetran Cowell. Coming in at a pilot skill of 7, he flies the Sinar Fleet Systems TIE Interceptor for the Galactic Empire. He has the standard stats of a TIE Interceptor. He has an attack value of 3, agility value of 3, hull value of 3, and a shield value of 0. His action bar consists of the focus, barrel roll, boost, and evade actions. He costs 24 points to field. And his upgrade bar consists of an elite modification, as well upgrade, as well as non-listed tile and modification. His ability is a very interesting ability. It reads, when you reveal a K-turn maneuver, you may retreat the speed of that maneuver as 1, 3, or 5. So this guy is able to do what no other ship can do. He can perform a choreographed turn at speed 1. So, and plus, added to the fact that when you reveal any K-turn, you can choose the speed. So if you reveal a K-turn 3 or a K-turn 5, you can choose to do either one of those 3 of speeds. So it's very good if you want to outmaneuver your opponent, but you don't want to be too far away from them. So if you do a K-turn 5, but if you do that, you're going to be at range 3, you can instead opt to do a K-turn 3, even a K-turn 1, stay as close to the guy as possible, and still stay relatively relatively close to get at least a range 1 or a range 2. So yeah, his ability is very, 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 very useful if you use it correctly. For his title card, I've chosen to give him a Royal Guard tie. Comes with a squad point cost of 0. It is a TIE Interceptor only title card. Let me just get this focus. It reads, you may equip up to 2 different modification upgrades instead of 1. You cannot equip this card if your pilot skill value is 4 or lower. So this is essentially the same as the A-Wing Test Pilot title card. The only difference is that the A-Wing Test Pilot allows you to have an elite pilot, an elite upgrade, and if your ship has an elite upgrade, that's fine. You can have a second one, but it can't be one of the same. It cannot be equipped to a prototype pilot, so anything for a Greed Squadron pilot or higher can equip it. Same goes to the Royal Guard tie. You can instead equip 2 modifications. They have to be different modifications, and you cannot equip this to a TIE Interceptor with a pilot skill of 3 or lower. So that means no Alphas and no Avengers can equip this, but anything that's a Saber Squadron pilot and above can have the Royal Guard tie modification. And of course, he has a pilot skill of 7, so no problems there. For his 2 modifications, I've gone with a stealth device, which increases his agility value by 1 until he's hit by an attack. It also has a squad point cost of 3, so that means he fairly cheap. It's a fairly cheap upgrade. It gives him agility value of 4, and then to complement that, I would have gone with auto thrusters, but I don't have that right now. So instead, I've gone with a hull upgrade, which is another modification that costs 3 points, and it reads increase your hull value by 1. So that means Tetran Cowell now has an attack value of 3, an agility value of 4, and now a hull value of 4. So he's able to take he's able to take one extra hit, and he has one extra agility dice to go with him. Should he need to get which makes it, the risk is a lot lower when you need to get in close to a turreted ship like, say, the Outrider or the Millennium Falcon. Now for his actual upgrade, the elite modification of the elite pilot skill I've given him is outmaneuver, and I think this complements his ability very well. Basically, it's another one that costs 3 points, and it reads: when attacking a ship inside your firing arc, if you are not inside that ship's firing arc, reduces agility value by 1 to a minimum of 0. So your ship becomes a pseudo Wedge Antilles because Wedge's ability decreases enemy fighters' agility by 1. So he is naturally a bomber killer, but this pretty much makes you a close second to Wedge. So because of Tetran Cowell's ability to make K turns at pretty much any speed, 1, 3, or 5, it's very useful to have outmaneuver on your ship, because not only if you're at range 1, not only do you get an attack value bonus, but they lose their agility, especially when you're K turning behind them. And then of course you have stealth device and hollow crate for added defense, and and of course the TIE Interceptor has a fair amount of green maneuvers to help get rid of the stress and implied for the K turn. So yeah, this is how I would feel Tetran Cowell. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Any sort of criticism is greatly appreciated. If you like, you may use this build for any competitive or casual play, or you can tweak it or revamp it to your own specifications. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Corbin22, signing off.